Okay, here we are back in Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak. And unfortunately, this is the fourth time I think I've had to play this part because, well, the PS4 just decided to start over and I couldn't save or anything between that boss fight and here. Power outage and just other bullshit, but hopefully this time I can actually record it. We'll see. This is point D. Men, ready yourselves to infiltrate the labyrinth. Do you remember your orders? Sir, yes, sir. Once we enter the city, fan out and put a stop to whatever is happening here. Good answer. Beta Squad, move out. What's happening? I can't move.
Hey there, party crashers.
Who are you? A knight?
I get that you want to come join in the fun, but I don't remember inviting you. But since you're all here and look skilled, try to show me a good time, okay?
That felt like... Yeah, it's the same feeling I got when that murderous maniac showed up. What's up, Renee?
We have a problem. I just received word that our Hercules Beta company acted against our orders. They sent a squad to infiltrate the city from the outside.
Now, hold on a damn second. I thought your supervisors knew what was going on here. We aren't allowed any reinforcements from the outside, and if someone breaks that rule... I know that is precisely why we attempted to keep word of the game from spreading outside our department. However, as I've told you once before, the CID is not as unified as I would like. A department close to the army grew suspicious of what was happening in Horacion and sent them in their own volition. An idiotic move on their part, and we may all pay the price for it. Hopefully not. They didn't know about the rules, so maybe this will just be written off as foul play. But since we don't know for sure, you gotta get them out of here ASAP. Who knows how those maniacs are gonna react? We already tried to contact them, but they've cut off their comms. You aren't the first group I've notified, but I thought you should know.
Rise and shine, everyone! It's me, Melchior. I hope you all had a good night's rest. I myself couldn't sleep a wink. The anticipation for today's big event has me bouncing off the walls. But anyhow, I'm afraid this isn't a social call. I have another reason for calling so early in the morning. Our warning system activated a few moments ago. I believe a number of you already know what exactly transpired. But for those who don't, allow me to break the bad news. A special unit connected to the government foolishly attempted to infiltrate Horacion. I'm afraid this is a clear violation of our rules. And you all know what that means. Say hello to Adios for me, everyone.
No. The bomb's going to go off? Fooled you. Don't worry, we aren't going to blow you up just because some dim-witted bigwig decided to meddle in affairs they don't understand. That would be woefully unfair. To us, the hardworking designers who poured their hearts and souls into making this game for you. The observation system assigned a small penalty, but nothing more. Fortunately for all, you should count yourselves lucky. Those poor, pathetic soldiers have all finally breathed their last, so all is well with the world. Damn it. What an utterly unavoidable tragedy. I will delay the next round start time to noon so you can all sleep in. I'd prefer you to come into the game bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. In the meantime, I bid you good night and sweet dreams, because a nightmare of bloody death and murder awaits you in the afternoon. November 21st, 9:50 a.m. The second round would be starting soon if it hadn't been postponed. I'm going to use this extra time to look around the north and east districts. What about you guys? I'd like to accompany you if possible. I wouldn't be surprised if there were requests for us too. Normally I'd use the extra time to catch 40 wings, but the whole thing from last night's got me all antsy. I don't blame you. Maybe getting out and about will help you shake off that nervous energy. That's a solid suggestion. I think that would do us all some good, in fact. Well, I don't know about all. I hear old men require more sleep, so I say we make Van take a nap. Why am I getting singled out here? Master's older than me. I'll have you know I'm quite spry for my age. All joking aside, we should visit the main facilities in the North and East Districts and check the bulletin boards for her. Another damn call? When did we become so popular all of a sudden? We need to talk. Are you free right now? Is this about that Hercules unit? Because we already... Nah, it's something else. CID's already touched base with us about that. Sounds like they've already recovered the bodies. Wish we could have saved them. Yeah. I'm sorry if this isn't the best time, but do you mind if we talk in person? It's important. Sure thing. We ain't competing anymore, so I'm down to have a chat. Thanks. We'll be waiting here at the guild. Anytime before the start of the second round is good with us. See you soon. Wonder what they want to talk about. Good question. They sounded quite serious. Can't say I'm not curious, but it sounds like they just want to talk with Van. I'm sure they wouldn't mind y'all listening in. We'll swing by there together and see what's up. And while we're out, I suggest we do whatever's needed to prepare for the second round. So, yeah. I need to replenish stuff. I guess where I have to face reality. Oh, I'm so very sorry, I was lost in thought. Have you all had breakfast yet? Norbert's cooking is wonderful, so I'm sure he'll whip up something amazing for you. Nellie has lofty dreams, and I want her to pursue them without worry. Though I'm sure she'll have to face a number of obstacles along her path, especially in a city like this where people are not kind to foreigners. I can tell something's bothering her, but she insists she's fine. I think she's trying to avoid troubling me, but it's having the opposite effect.
Do you have any preferences? Thanks for coming in.
I haven't gotten any money, that's right. Hold on, is someone upstairs? Okay, time for another break. The Republic's changed a great deal in recent years, and the same can be said for Ord. The new movie theater and circuit are nice, but I'm concerned about the investments received from an unknown Central Eastern company. Honestly, I'm getting dizzy just thinking about how much my home could change over the next few years. So, she has the same name as a certain character from Cold Steel. I was hoping we'd get to see the inside of the Grand Cathedral. Now's not the time, though. We shouldn't disturb the memorial mass. Yeah, we can drop by when that's over. Meantime, why don't we visit the North District? I want to get a good look at the old palace ruins. Sounds good. Should be an interesting sight. Well then, let's catch the next tram to the North District. We'll check out the Grand Cathedral tomorrow. Right now I want to see the palace ruins. Not a huge history buff or anything, but going to see the remnants of the old kingdom sounds interesting to me. There ought to be some hidden gems in the North District, right? I know it has the market, but I'm kind of hoping there's a place where we can let loose and have some fun.
As resplendent as you'd expect the old capital to be.
She speaks so slowly. Amazing, so this is what modern cameras can do? You can see all the nitty-gritty details of this train with picture-perfect clarity. I picked this camera up used at the Rebel Cafe in Edith. I asked Philibert to give it a once-over and get the lens aligned. After he worked his magic, it was good as new. It's basically my travel partner at this point. Now I understand why you felt so compelled to take a trip. Word of advice, though, while machines are fine tools for improving one's quality of life, it's best not to become dependent on them. If you ever lose access to them, it's good to know how to do things the old-fashioned way. Don't worry, I won't let it take over my life, otherwise I'll start taking new tech for granted. And I don't want that. Grandpa was a railway engineer, so it's no surprise he's passionate about machines. I love them too, so we always have plenty to talk about. Wonder if my obsession with tech was influenced by him. Too many people take the boons of technological advancements for granted. I'm glad Monique knows better. There are tools that should be in human hands. They aren't something we place ourselves into the hands of, so to speak. I imagine that horrible incident was caused by a weapon. This is precisely why I don't want technology to dominate our future. I know that maintaining order in our jurisdiction is our job, but the situation is unlike anything I've ever encountered. I don't even know what we can do. Some of the other officers are struggling with all this in more ways than one in some cases. At first glance, nothing seems to be amiss. The upper crust and the tourists are going about their days like usual. However, I'm certain I've seen some suspicious individuals about. I also don't understand why the bracers have called in additional support. I would normally expect the citizens to be more alarmed, but they are shockingly calm. I find it a little disquieting. Our workshop's been around for a long time. We serve people of all types, from upper-class citizens to travelers. We handle fancy decorations as well as machines. I like working on the latter in particular. I always get a little giddy when something walks through the door with some mechanical doodad. Maintenance work is my bread and butter. I take pride in my skills as a machinist.
Welcome.
That's interesting. So I just want to make sure that I hadn't missed weapons. I'm sensing something. Could that be? Maybe not. I've been sensing someone lurking about while I've been handling requests with the surface team. Maybe I should look into this more. I have no clue what he's talking about. Whatever it is, it doesn't concern me. Come on, Tieta? It's okay, there's always next year, right? I wanted to go too, but I can wait. No, entry to the EGC is on a lottery system and they've already ended applications to it. I couldn't go to the film festival and now I can't attend the EGC either. I'm kicking myself for not looking at more info in advance. Did you hear about that scandal with the famous movie actress last week? I did, but only a second-hand account of it. They say she had a one-night stand with the famous racer. Apparently that racer is known for seducing and discarding women one after the other. My word, surely the movie actress must have known that. What a shameful woman. That actress must have been no different from him. She's likely no stranger to disposing of men like yesterday's garbage. Worse yet, I hear she commonly appears in those carnal exhibitions that Gandhi person makes. This just goes to show that morally repugnant movies beget morally repugnant people, whether actor, director, or viewer. Indeed, this serves as irrefutable proof that an actress who fails to reach the heights of theater will fall to the depths of depravity. What an unspeakable tragedy. I just want to turn my eyes from the whole sordid affair. I can't believe what I'm hearing right now. Where do these people get off insulting everyone left and right? This isn't 1175, we're in the 13th century here. What kind of ancient relic has this much beef against movies? Calm down, Judith. What they're saying ain't cool, but you don't want to make a fuss and end up blowing your cover. I know. I'll bite my tongue and use this experience as fuel for honing my craft. I'll change their minds with my acting. Everyone involved in the film industry are all the same, from producers to actors. They're also vulgar, so base. No child of mine will ever walk into a theater for as long as I live. I will expose them only to the highest forms of art. The movies that Gotti person makes are supposedly both immoral and obscene. It's inconceivable that people actually watch that filth, but I'm even more astonished that any woman would act in them. They must be the furthest thing from a proper lady. I imagine they're little more than dogs in heat without a fragment of shame.
Well,
I'd love for tourists and young folk alike to experience the rich art and history found in opera. Art can only become one with culture if it is experienced and shared by many people. The Opera House's owner, Miss Adeline, is particularly devoted to opening the eyes of our youth to the value of traditional art. Her belief that opera can match all entertainment mediums is absolute. It's awe-inspiring, really. Okay, we need to go this way.
Just a quick break, that's all.
This is my first time seeing an opera performance, and I can only describe it as a breathtaking experience. I likely could have better understood the finer details of the story had I received a higher education and if I saw it a few more times. Nonetheless, I was drawn in by the still performances. There's a level of depth here that you don't see in stage dramas and movies. Now that I've got some more time in my hands, so I think I'll tour the other districts. I managed to get off early today. I'll get to my homework after a quick nap. None of my classmates understand what I'm going through because they're all sitting in the lap of luxury. Just want one friend who can share my pain. Although maybe I shouldn't be complaining at a time like this. The average citizen in this city struggles to make ends meet. The situation remains as tense as it is. Economic activity may come to a halt, which could drive food prices up. Maybe I ought to stop by Bernice's store in the North District.
don't you need a souvenir?
You may notice that the department store carries the same brand of goods as us. Difference is our goods are cheaper, so you're better off buying from us. Horacion's got a multitude of well-known handicraft goods producers. My job's to look through the vast selection of goods they sell and pick out the ones I think tourists would like.
Hello there. See you again.
Take a good look around.
The Quincy Company is the most recognizable brand in Horacion, but you'll find that my little store is just as well loved here. However, few people outside the city walls would recognize their shop's name. That's because our products don't have a long shelf life. So be sure to send those sweets down the hatch as soon as you can.
I'm proud of all my wares.
Cool. Okay.
It's been a pleasure.
Indeed.
Oh, I don't think we spoke to him since he was moving. No signs of suspicious individuals on the rail, and the station's clear too. Still, it can't be too lax. The city has many major political and business players, not to mention tourists. It's my job to ensure their safety.
May we be on our way.
How do you enjoy your meal? One of Father's regular clients invested in that restaurant, you know. It was acceptable, I suppose, but I'd much rather receive a gift in the form of a princess's dress and tiara rather than cuisine. It's every girl's dream to travel the world while being dressed like the princesses of the Old Kingdom. Oh, well, I'm sure we can make that happen. I'll ask Father right away. I'll make your dreams come true, promise. Don't make promises you don't know you can keep. I think I'll keep my expectations in check. It's every girl's dream to be a princess. They're prim, proper, elegant, beautiful, and intelligent. But most importantly, they always have a dashing prince by their side. Can Manuel really be the prince of my dreams? Who would have thought my fiancée would be so demanding? Father made an interesting choice, that's for sure. But no matter, I'll do whatever I must to make my future bride's dreams come true. Get out now while you still can, kid. As always, Horacion is at the mercy of the whims of the upper class. While the capital has adopted a number of technological advancements, this place is stuck in the past, and the people seem content with that. And of course, the people at the bottom of the social ladder are the ones who suffer the most as a result. I hate taking business trips to this place. I just want to be back home already. I think we can loop around and be fine. One of our very own bracers died fighting that mafia group. Actually, I don't think the term mafia group fits them anymore. They're terrorists, plain and simple. Must be stopped at all costs. And I believe the CID, Special Ops Division, can take them out once and for all. Don't hold your breath on Hercules. Jacobin's group always gets things done. We must get our message out to the ignorant masses. Why are you giving me those looks? Do you perhaps think that I'm up to something suspicious? Then allow me to set the record straight. I'm just doing my duty as a descendant of the old Calvert nobility, and that duty is the eradication of the filth that seeks to destroy the customs of old. Mark my words, we will cleanse our city of those vile immigrants. Equality of all races be damned. I can't believe what I'm hearing. He's not even trying to hide his contempt. You don't often see people be so outwardly racist these days. This guy legit doesn't think he's doing anything wrong.
Alrighty.
What? There are fools making a mess of the underground areas? Yeah, I saw them myself. We can't let them screw around on our home turf. If it is as you say, then I'm in complete agreement. I say we send them back to wherever they came from. We'll show them the might of the High Bloods. We'll do as the nobles of old did with intruders, subjugate and dispose. Ah, shit, not these guys again. Guess I should have realized we might run into them here. This is their home turf, after all. It doesn't sound like they've learned their lesson. They're up to something for sure. Guess I ought to keep an eye on them. They've got a lot of guts messing around on our home turf. Guess it's up to us to teach them a lesson. We won't let these fools run wild on our turf. It shouldn't be hard to crush them, should it come to that. Perhaps this is a good opportunity to show people that we mean business and that we're far superior to the old High Bloods gang. I heard an entire village was annihilated. How is that even possible? Well, I believe this shall serve as a grim reminder that we must never let the lower class hold power. After all, the Mafia is made up of no low-born fools, no? This is undeniable proof that when those of lower standing achieve power and wealth, they will resort to barbaric behavior. There's some hubbub about the Horacion Trust Bank lagging behind the banks in the capital and Longport. The people spreading that garbage need to look behind simple numbers. There's more to finance than assets and liabilities. For example, the price of land in Horacion is through the roof, as are the average savings of its citizens. Public trust is also high. Our growth may not be rapid, but it is stable. For my money, I think we're doing an excellent job supporting our country's economy. Greetings, welcome to Hotel Eclair. If you're here to book a room, then I'm sorry, you'll have to make reservations in advance. The reservation system was put in place to ensure the safety of our guests. We hope you understand. We're nearly fully booked, and there have been a large number of dinner parties here lately. It's been hard for people to reserve rooms. On that, you have nothing to fear, I assure you. We have no shortage of personnel. Then proceed according to our agreement. We shall be accommodating to your needs, within reason, of course. Many thanks. I hope this will serve as the start of a long-lasting relationship with your organization. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Oh, visit the good people of Arkwright Solutions. It is even lunchtime and you're already up to no good. Why the hell are you calling Renee? What kind of bullshit are you two cooking? I would thank you not to call me by my name while I'm on duty, or even while I'm off, for that matter. Kincaid? Oh, that's the guy from the CID. He's a presidential aide, right? Tell me, why might a government official be having a friendly chat with an executive of Hayway? We are simply going over the events of this morning. That's all? As in what the Hercules unit did. Indeed, to be more specific, we are forming an agreement to ensure that such an event does not repeat. Desperate times call for desperate measures. After the incident, we realized a backup plan had to be put in place. Does that mean Hayway has already taken action? Yes, that's correct. We have men stationed all around the perimeter of Veracion. We originally planned to bring them inside the city as reinforcements, but as you know, the rules strictly forbid such a thing. Makes sense. Guess you're planning to seize control of the city as soon as this is all done. The thought crossed my mind, though there's no guarantee we'd be successful even if we did try. You really are a sneaky son of a bitch. I want to ask you something, Van. Are you thinking of an escape plan for the people of Veracion? If you are, I would advise against doing so. I know you're an expert in finding loopholes, but now is the time to hedge our bets. I know, goes without saying. Van. And while we're at it, I'll advise you both to keep your scheming to a bare minimum. I know you glasses-wearing types do shit like that on the regular, but, stop. How rude. That sort of caricature borders on prejudice, wouldn't you agree, Kincaid? Don't put me in the same category as him. It's not uncommon for the government in Hayway to form friendly agreements when necessary. In fact, the previous administration was quite helpful during the days when I was in Crossbell. The current government is very agreeable as well. However, we are all quite wary of the current president. We have to be careful while he's in power. No comment from Anya, Welcome to Hotel Eclair. Do you have business with one of our guests? If you do, please talk to one of our staff members. They'll be able to connect you to them. As far as lodgings are connected, we use a reservation system. VIPs around the country and celebrities use our hotel, so we hope you understand. I heard the entire village was annihilated. How is that even possible? I believe this shall serve as a grim reminder that we must never let the lower class hold power. So, yeah, that was a repeat. I'm guessing she walks back and forth.
My dad is very important.
Are you guys travelers? Do you want your shoes shined? I'll do it for 50 mirror each. How about it? I'm trying to earn some money so I can help my mom. She's really sick. Poor kid. Yep, wealth disparity in the city is pretty brutal. This kind of thing ain't uncommon in Veracion. I can't believe Krail Village is gone. Not even the children were spared. I've looked after many kids in gospel factories or facilities over the years, so this is heartbreaking for me. We must protect the orphanage here at all costs. I've supported for many years and I won't let anything happen to it. I go to the Grand Cathedral every week, but this time everyone looks sad. Even Mommy looks down in the dumps. What should I do? Should I ask that too? No, just make Mommy even sadder. When I heard the news of the tragedy, it didn't feel real at first. That's why I've come here, both to pray and to face reality. Just because Veracion is safe doesn't mean we can turn a blind eye to what happened. Doing that would be wrong. But it's still so difficult. I'm trying to put on a brave face for my son, but I'm not sure if it's all that convincing. We're currently holding a memorial mass for all the lives that were lost in the attack on Krail Village. Many are mourning for our fallen Calvardian brothers and sisters. The bishop is hosting the mass. He'll offer a few words of prayer so that they may find peace. Anyone who wants to pray alongside him is welcome. Dang it. I just can't believe it. I suppose I'm not going to the capital now. Yes, the state of emergency is still in effect in Edith, I'm afraid, so I don't think you'll be able to spend your vacation there. Perhaps you can spend it here in Erasion instead. I know it's not what you had planned, but there's plenty of things to do around the city. And I'm sure your husband would feel better about that anyway, given the current state of affairs. What on earth are you talking about? Do you really think I'm feeling sad simply because I cannot go to the capital? How can I be worried about my vacation plans when so many people were just taken from us? My apologies, I should have realized you weren't concerned about that. As long as you understand. Now then, shall we go in and pray? I think I'll be able to return to my day-to-day life with peace of mind once I know the departed are resting by the goddess's side. There is no high or low standing when it comes to praying for those who have lost their lives. I want to pray with everyone for a while. Then I'll have to get ready for that social club tonight. Still can't believe they're holding those events at a time like this. I have to attend it at my husband's place, even though it feels as if the world is on fire. Her husband would not normally approve of her mingling with the lower class, but I believe an exception can be made in this case. There's no harm in praying with everyone. However, she must attend the rest of the events as planned. She may not want to, but she has to. And here we go. So this is the famous Quincy department store. I feel like I've heard that name before. It's hardly surprising the Quincy Bell brand is known throughout the world. They're most commonly known as the Quincy Company, and this just happens to be their main headquarters. Oh yeah, I've had their chocolate before. Yes, I recall giving you some back in Basel. You must be hyped to be here. Quincy stuff ain't half bad, I'll admit, but everything in their lineup is too damn expensive. Costs way more than it's worth. True enough, though you can't deny it makes for a great gift.
Your car will be here in a moment, sir. What's my schedule for today? Our first stop will be at Etoise's offices.
Who's that? It looks like an important person. His name's Edmund Auclair. He's the CEO of the Quincy Company and head of Erasion's most well-known family. Does his name sound familiar to you? What? Auclair? Wait, isn't that...
Is something the matter, sir?
Must be my imagination.
Nothing. Let's be off.
So that was Elaine's dad? Wait, so she's the daughter of the Quincy Company's president? Sure sounds that way. I do remember seeing that in the papers at some point. It's not like it's a secret or anything. Though Elaine and her dad never acknowledge it publicly. I see. Oh, are you acquainted with him by any chance? Not really. I might have met him a long time ago, but I can't say I remember doing it. Anyway, let's check out what they've got in stock here. We should also drop by the equipment stores, too. Agreed, it's a good opportunity to stock up. Let's see, I want Quincy Bell's chocolate cake and Madeline's. Oh, and I want some fancy clothes. I want to look like a proper lady. And can we buy some jewelry? I want to wear jewelry. Alright, sweetie, we're not going to let that dreadful news get between us and our shopping time. Remember, money's no object. You may buy whatever you like. We'll have the maids carry it all back home later. Since my stingy husband's nowhere to be found, I'm putting myself in charge of the family budget, and I say we're going to shop until we drop. Oh well, gotta start somewhere, I guess. Welcome to Bell 4A Fine Goods. Please take a look at what we have to offer. So, 4A, if you don't recognize that word, is forest. And then Bell is just beautiful.
Welcome to the Quincy department store.
The Quincy Company uses only the highest quality fruits and dairy products when making sweets. We have our own supply routes that let us procure the best ingredients on the market. And those routes aren't impacted by the state of emergency, so we won't have any trouble with keeping our shelves stocked. Can't even talk right now.
You enjoy shopping with us today.
And that's it for our money.
See you again.
Welcome. How may I help you today? By the way, check out her name, Parley. That's the French verb to speak. You can find all sorts of sweets here. In fact, we've got all of our Quincy Bell sweets in stock right now. They make for wonderful gifts, especially for that special someone. Why not buy a few packs?
We have full confidence in our products.
No came with us being pricey.
We await your next visit.
No one else on the ground floor. If you're looking for high-quality clothing, then look no further. Our ceremonial dresses are made with impeccable material quality. They're quite popular with the upper class. Even tourists like to splurge here, as a matter of fact.
Please, take a close look.
So yeah, you get a lot of art defense from this, but I just refuse to give up the other stuff that I have. It's decent for Catra, I guess. So yeah, this is actually good for most of the female characters. The 1 point of movement I don't think is going to make a bit of difference, really. Give some art defense, yeah, but la-di-da. Now this one is really tempting for Judith.
We hope you enjoy shopping with us today.
So, what were those things called? The final form of the pendulums? That's these. Overall, far too expensive for my blood. But for these,
A bastion of history and culture. In our store,
yeah, I think I can hold off on this.
highest quality that
You're
upholds
always
Calvert's
welcome
noble
here.
traditions. We hope you enjoy shopping with us today.
This elevator will take you to the Quincy Company's headquarters. If you have business there, you will need to schedule an appointment. Though the president has been busier than usual these past few days, so I doubt you'll be able to see him anytime soon. It's probably something for the sequel, I guess. Yeah, I sell weapons and silverwork here. I've been doing business in this department store for a long time, but our production methods haven't changed a bit. The Quincy Company has been looking out for my little shop for a long time now. I'm indebted to them. Anyhow, this style of craftsmanship was once loved by the nobility of old and still popular today. I feel blessed, honestly.
Do you need something?
So if you look, I can sell everything I have here, and it's still not enough. So the ebony grip there is really tempting for accuracy purposes, but I lose speed. And as everyone knows, speed is the lifeblood of battle. Yeah.
Welcome to the Quincy Department Store, a bastion of history and culture. In our store, you'll find products of only the highest quality that uphold Calvert's noble traditions. We hope you enjoy shopping with us today.
Okay, so she gets the best return.
Please come again.
So I wanted to hold off on these until the final chapter, but let's see. I may need to do a few virtual battles just to get some money. So I'm going to hold off on that one. Oops, wrong button.
Do you need something?
Welcome to the Quincy Department Store, a bastion of history and culture. In our store, you'll find products of only the highest quality that uphold Calvert's noble traditions. We hope you enjoy shopping with us today.
I do want to get the swallowtail. Is there anything I can sell? So that may seem a little crazy, but I really don't need that.
Welcome to the Quincy Department Store, a bastion of history and culture. In our store, you'll find
Basically, as long as Judith has the Dispel move, I am not throwing her out of the party.
We hope you enjoy shopping with us today.
Please come again.
Then we can worry about getting more of these later. So I see her in a swimsuit and I think it's November. What the hell? That better be a clearance item or something.
Welcome to the
Oh, it's been much too long since we last saw each other last. I've missed you ever so much. I can hardly believe that our darling little Wren has grown to such a refined young lady. It brings a tear to my eye.
Still as melodramatic as ever, I see. You haven't changed at all, Retsy. And that goes for you as well, Walter. You really ought to learn how to dress like an adult.
Screw that. Got myself a badass new bike, so I'm gonna dress the part. Besides, at least I'm not a fashion disaster like this old asshole.
That's par for the course with Elroy. Though I do hear his behavior has worsened as the years have gone by.
You don't know the half of it, sweetie. He has become increasingly temperamental. More so than even McBurn.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't compare me to that demon. And I'm not the only one who's changed here. You have too, Wren. For better and for worse.
Why, thank you. That's the highest compliment I could receive from a man like you. After all, you only have eyes for yourself. So I must have grown quite a bit if it made an impression on you.
Hey now, I'm not that self-centered. Give me a little credit here. Anyway, you can live your life however you please. It's no skin off my back if you seek a mundane existence. But if you ever crave the life of the thrill again, give me a call. I'd be happy to challenge you in a game of slaughter.
You're on. But fair warning, when it comes to slaughtering, I have no equal.
Oh boy, am I about to witness the throwdown of the century? I'm not sure who I should root for. Would it be wrong to cheer them both on? You know, this is a department store, not the world's bloodiest coliseum. Oh, I didn't even see you there. Hello everyone, enjoying your morning stroll, I take it? Good job coming out on top yesterday. I've got a nice reward prepared for you, and that's more 4 SPGs. Already aware, we'll take care of them. Having fun reconnecting with your found family? Aaron, we're just catching up is all. I'd like to stay in touch with old friends. However, I do a good job keeping them at arm's length, unlike you and Hayway. Wow, it's a low blow. So what are you all doing here? This isn't exactly a normal meetup spot. We all bumped into each other while buying stuff, and after checkout we decided to shoot the shit for a while. Ren purchased tea, I got boxing gloves, Lucretia bought perfume, and the boss picked out some cigars. One of my favorite perfumers sold their wares here, so I simply had to stop by. I was fresh out of cigars, would have been in hot water if this place didn't stock them, but I was in luck. I think we should be heading back to base. Where are you guys staying, by the way? You're my client, so I like to know where to reach out in case something comes up. The hotel in the North District. If you ever need me, you'll find me at their bar. I hope we can see you again the coming round. They may be friendly, but I always feel so tense around them. You always gotta watch out for those types, and that's especially true for the Oathbreaker. Marduk has tentatively labeled him an SS-level threat. And I only say that tentatively because his background and day-to-day activities are a complete mystery, even to us. I've heard bits and pieces, and they don't paint the most flattering picture, to put it nicely. I'll have to be extra careful around him, then. Both Walter and Retsy are formidable opponents, but compared with Harwood, they don't hold a candle. That's not to discount the other two, of course. They probably outmatch him in raw power. He's not a master martial artist like Walter, and he doesn't have any special powers like Retsy. However, he's still an Anguisse, and you can never be too careful around them. I don't fully know what he's capable of, though, so that's about all the advice I can offer you. But I will share one more little-known fact. The Thousand Oathbreaker isn't his only title. He's also known as the Savant Lawbreaker. That sounds ominous. Any idea how I picked up that nickname? Well, most groups that have stood in his way have reportedly and conveniently been silenced. Those cases were labeled as unfortunate accidents, inexplicable internal strife, or something else to that effect. One such case involved a company with criminal connections making a series of asinine mistakes, resulting in crippling debt and, ultimately, ruin. The authorities wrote off the deaths as cause unknown or coincidental. But if you ask anyone from the underworld about it, they will tell you those assessments are patently false. So he commits all those crimes, so he's never been charged with a single one of them? A slippery eel, that one. His crimes will catch up to him sooner or later, right? Well, I should be getting back to the guild. They're completely swamped right now. I wish you all luck. Make sure you come back safely, alright? We will. Thanks, Ren.
In our store, you'll find products of only the highest quality that uphold Calvard's noble tradition.
So yeah, that line of hers is why, in terms of like hierarchy, they consider the Oathbreaker to be like the like one of the weaker members of Ouroboros. His whole thing is just that he's supposed to be... This isn't the right hotel, is it? We'll peek upstairs just to make sure. It's just he's supposed to be like one of the more intelligent people. Not quite like Novartis is, but definitely like more of an intuition, if anything, I guess. But anyway, I've been at this for 40 minutes now. I have to head into the next district, and as you may have guessed, it is still sweltering hot even in September, so I need to take a break, and I'll be back. Okay, so right before I hit this button, I decided to take a look at my various crap here. So I unlocked a new slot on Van, Judith, and I held off on anyone else. Like, Catra is actually done already. Is it Rosetta? Oh, yeah, she's the one that's going to be rough. So I think I actually will go ahead and grab this. Because I can probably pop an EP quartz or something in here, I don't know. Although, namely, I'm looking for EP cuts, I meant to say.
Shifting to maintenance mode.
So I actually don't think I have anything to put in here. If I were, I'd probably do something like that. Indigo ring. Cat just showed up and got up on the microphone, so may have heard her. Yeah, that one's special. Like, at this point, I really don't need more accuracy. We'll toss this here.
Better check them out.
That's what I was looking at. I need a fire quartz for that one, though. And technically, I could also have a chance of getting the attack buff when I guard. If I go a little bit more on Earth, I get Guardian 2 and Avenging Arrow. I need a time quartz here. So yeah, we're actually going to go ahead and just pop in that action quartz I had lying around.
New shard skill added.
Switching to maintenance mode.
Real quick, take a look here. I would like something space or time. Well, I can do this one, I guess.
Skills updated.
It's by no means what's best, but, yeah.
I'll work my magic.
In all seriousness, what you put here really doesn't matter much. I'm gonna put this one here.
Maintenance mode activated.
So I did plan on swapping Aaron in if push came to shove. I guess instead of doing the dodge tank thing, we will instead be going all out.
Holocor Karabia initiated.
Guess it makes sense for him to have the illegal one, you know? Okay, just want to make sure I went to the right spot. Can't believe I lost track of those tourists. I have to do something quick. Really hope they accept my request. A few years ago, terrorist attacks and riots were a common occurrence. I'm worried the anti-immigrant factions are back on the move. Those groups gain traction when the business landscape and the government are unstable. When people's fear of employment loss is at its highest, they pounce, propagating the idea that the immigrants will steal their jobs. Welcome, are you here to book a room? Or would you like a drink? We have a bar down in the basement. Orazio is both a tourist destination and a transportation hub, so many travelers come here to rest. Our hotel is valued among those who go on long journeys. Well, let's head on down. Welcome to Corazon. I more or less run this joint. We've got a lot of the good stuff here. We also serve non-alcoholic beverages, so you're all welcome here.
Want something to drink? Don't be a stranger.
I see Ren's grown to resent me. Back in the day, she used to be interested in how I went about my work, but I see things have changed. She doesn't seem to be fond of people like me who break oaths and rules at every turn. Perhaps she's grown to like people such as you, who prefer to slip through the cracks in them. Yeah, sure, for the record, I do sometimes turn my back on the rules or look for ways to get around them. Though I'm not doing it for fun like you. You're just screwing around and causing mayhem for no reason. Maybe that's why no one likes you. Wow, kick a man while he's down, why don't you? I trust that guy as far as I can throw him. He's a damn good fighter, though. You can count on him to deliver the pain. Whenever we clash someday, don't be too distracted by me. The Oathbreaker's got a knack for pulling the rug out from under people. Oh my, you look petrified. Could it be that you're more scared of that man than me and Walter, dear? Did Ren give you a word of warning, perhaps? She's gotten awfully chatty as of late. Well, don't you worry your pretty little head. I don't believe he plans to engage in this conflict any further. Not directly, anyway.
Alrighty.
What's the matter, Flick? I've never seen you grown like this. There's nothing here that's any different than usual. What? For real? Everyone in Creel Village was wiped out? Well, if the Tyrell Times says so, then it must be true. Thought the Bracers were supposed to take care of things like this. Speaking of, I haven't seen any Bracers around lately. Things must be chaotic back at the Guild. Okay, we'll go this way. Hey you guys, figured you'd come see me sooner or later. So what are you up to, getting a grasp of the bigger picture while doing your fixer work, I imagine? If you knew the answer, why do you even ask? Just making light conversation to ease the tension, since you're also clearly on edge. We're partners, aren't we? You ought to be a little more trusting. Lady, we know jack shit about you. Perhaps we'd be a little less uneasy if you told us what you were doing out here. No faith at all, you wound me. I'm just exploring the city. I'm from the east, so it shouldn't be that hard to believe I'd want to do some sightseeing here, right? I call bullshit. I bet you're doing some recon so you can use the city's layout and situation to your advantage. Wow, you guys really like to assume the worst of me, don't you? I was even being half serious about wanting to play tourist. She may be a Jaeger, but she's not at all like Abi or the people from the Eisenshield. She wasn't lying when she said other members of Ikaruga are lying low on the surface. I can sense them nearby. But I doubt that's why the Silver Blade is so composed. She's inordinately strong, and she knows it. Your reactions are also different, but they're hilarious all the same. Think I'm going to like you guys. By the way, could we keep our little encounter a secret? Kurogan has been a pain in the butt lately. He'll totally give me an earful if he catches wind of this. Well, that's one way to suck the tension out of the room. It's almost impossible to get a read on her. Glad she's on our side, but still, I can't feel nervous around her. Well, I wasn't expecting a visit from you today. What brings you to Horacion? Don't you have a store and kids to look after? I'm sure the kids are doing just fine. I'll be home by the Revolution Festival anyway. But first I need to get my hands on some of those antiques over in the Free Cities. You've worked with traders in the Free Cities before, haven't you? I was just thinking that my trip there would go so much more smoothly if I had a guide. You ask me to act as an intermediary? Sure, I can handle that. In fact, I know a guy who can help you out. I've known Pershing for a long time. I often swing by to trade for the Old Kingdom's gear-based devices which are found in the underground ruins. We do a lot of business together. I wouldn't call us the best of friends or anything of the sort, but he helps me out from time to time. You guys looking for precious goods? Then I'm your man. Antiques from the Old Kingdom get dug up fairly often around here. Selling those to collectors is my job. Father Call's specialty is in mechanics, but he has an eye for these things. We like to scratch each other's backs every now and then.
What do you think? Fantastic stuff, right?
So I literally have no use for tear bombs or tira bombs. So I can still get by with tier all, but I'm gonna need a tier all soon. These are worthless, largely worthless I should say. I'm not getting rid of all of them just to save this inventory space. $600 should be good to get by. Here's what I'm looking for. So I need 2 pendulums. I can get a Crimson Tier. Problem is it's really pricey in terms of U-Material Plus. So I have yet to find a way if I can get the earring that I missed. We have that. We gotta find the hunting cap here.
Can't wait to see you again. What do you think? Can't wait to see you again.
Sells vitality
You don't need to be
drops.
shy now. See you again.
I don't know if just play it safe, we'll read his. I've known Pershing for a long time. I often swing by to trade for Old Kingdom gear-based devices which are found underground. Okay, so yeah, that is the same. I did read it, I mean.
They've got a movie theater here.
Yeah, it's not surprising, really. You can find one of those just about anywhere these days.
Very well.
Indeed. We even have one in Orid's capital, where my company is headquartered.
So real quick, I found out why those are so choppy like that. All the timing is based off of the Japanese dialogue, so if you were to play this with the Japanese dub, it would actually be like a coherent conversation instead of how it is here, and I just crapped out. Could you be? Oh, hi? Crap, must my cover been blown? Must be imagining things. There's no way a famous actress would be walking around so openly in broad daylight. And that's why if he were in our shoes, Dingo would have fought until the very end. He was the best at what he did, and we have to be just like him, especially now of all times. Okay, I got it. You've definitely convinced me that he was a model journalist. What exactly do you want from me? Do you need my help with something? Well, sort of. I can't really go into why. But I can say that there's something going on, and I just can't sit around doing nothing. Dingo would have felt the same. Even if I can only help in a small way, I have to do something, so could you help me? You sure got a lot of energy. Wish we had people as motivated as you at our company. Fine, you won me over. Really? I still have my own work to do, but I promise I'll do what I can to help. This is an unprecedented national crisis. Now's not the time for news companies to be bickering with each other. Would you like to swap contact information? Yes, that sounds great. Thank you so much. Let's do our best out there. She's seeking the help of a local writer. What the hell is that girl thinking? If she tells him about the game, we'll be screwed. Actually, maybe I should have a little more faith. She of all people wouldn't want to let Dingo down. There has to be something I can do. If Dingo were here, he would never ever give up. Her passion did me in, but maybe that's not such a bad thing. Sounds like there's something going on that she can't talk about. What exactly is happening here? Could it have something to do with those Jaegers that have been spotted around the city? Well, I suppose there's no harm in working with her on this, as long as we aren't putting ourselves in danger. Confound it all! My focus is in tatters due to that incident. And at such a critical juncture, too. I can't fall into a slump with this deadline looming over my head. I'll simply have to push myself a little harder. No, I'll stare at the palace till sunset if I must. Those murderers, how could they? I won't let them get away with this. They're going to pay for what they've done. This officer is really upset about the incident. More than just upset, I think. Seems personal. You're all tourists, no? Would you be interested in hearing a little about our city? I may not be a guide, but I just love talking about our Alcyon. The South District is the first place most visitors see. It's where the city entrance lies. People of all walks of life live there, including many of our renowned artisans. So we spoke to everyone over there. Let's hit up these.
Why, I recommend everything you...
I thought the number of tourists would go down after the recent news, but I was dead wrong. Anyway, can I interest you in some of my dishes? Alcyon's pretty well known for its royal cuisine, but arranged dishes have their appeal as well. You'd be surprised how a little mixing and matching can make a meal that much more delicious.
Take your time looking. Seeing you.
Well, there goes my money. Is Ikaruga really that strong? They are. I heard some nasty things about them back in the east. As it happens, a few people from my village ended up becoming Jaegers like them. If even half the stories they told me are true, then I can believe they're the strongest core. Wow, it's rare to see you give such a serious assessment. I'm really worried about how this death game is going to turn out. Hopefully it'll all end okay. I'm still surprised they even bothered coming all the way out here. Wait a minute, is it possible that thing I sensed in Longline... No, I shouldn't be thinking about this. The Ikaruga Jaegers are Easterners like me and the people from Hayway, but their roots are different from ours. Kazan, on the other hand, bears a closer resemblance to them. Evidently, they're the strongest core in the East, and now they're competing in a death game. The guild might have dropped out, but that doesn't mean they couldn't still attack us. Of all the Eastern Jaeger Corps that could have come here, it just had to be Ikaruga. This sucks big time. What are they even after? Why come all the way out here? Even considering their activities in Longline, what's going on? So I don't know if I mentioned it before, but in terms of hierarchy, it does make sense for Ikaruga to be the strongest we've encountered to date. And the reason why I say that is, we never got to see Baldur in action for Red Constellation, and then Zephyr lost quite a few people, including, what's-his-face? Klaus, I think? I'm trying to remember what the name of the leader is. So it makes sense for them to be on the, well, downfall. And thus, like, the stage is set for Ikaruga to be the top. My parents just don't get it. Going to the movies doesn't get in the way of my studies whatsoever. And it doesn't make me undignified or ungraceful either. How can my parents say that? So she must be the child of the opera people. Welcome, I know things are tough out there, but you can't live on an empty stomach. Business has been great lately, so I decided to hold a bargain sale. Grab whatever vegetables you want before the prices go up. Come on, come all. One of my suppliers will be delivering more vegetables tonight, so get as much as you want.
Looking is always free, you know.
Crap. Yeah, I got nothing.
Back for more anytime. Looking is always free, you know.
Looking for something I can sell.
Come back for more anytime.
I'm gonna have to do that at every single stall here, I think.
This market's got everything.
Excuse me, would you like one of my handmade accessories? Not to toot my own horn, but people often say they're pretty cute. But you don't have to buy anything, of course, just if you feel like it.
Hello?
So we need 5,000 here. That sucks, man. At this point, I think I'm just gonna part with another powder.
Thank you.
You know what? Let's drop these real fast.
I'll take that.
Thanks.
These fish were caught in Messeldom. Anyone want some? They just came in this morning. Oh, she's eating them as she talks?
Thank you.
This stuff's straight from the
Hey, looking for imported goods from the Free Cities? I've got stuff from Le Mans and Remiferia. The Republic might be going through a rough patch, but we solo traders gotta keep going. The flow of goods might dry up due to the state of emergency. I'm here to help if that happens. I normally drop by the Republic once a month for a whole week, so I can accommodate you during that time.
Hello there.
You gotta be kidding me. See, if you want to buy metals, there you go, but otherwise I need a little bit of cash. I just noticed I have so many of these. And then this would have been the final accessory for the other item.
Come again.
What's next?
Thanks.
That was enough. Studious Prodigy.
Right. We're nearly there.
Hmm?
So is he gonna run to a lane here?
Kids are always so full of energy.
Ooh. Erla's Orphanage. I see now. Is something the matter, Van? Nah, I'm good. We've got no business here, so why don't we head someplace else? I'll race you there. Wait up, Jean. The others still aren't... I think it's supposed to be pronounced Jean, actually. Come on. Last one there is a rotten... Crap. Close call. Gotta be more careful, kiddo. That's what you get for not paying attention, as usual. Thanks for catching him, Grampy. Don't call me that. Yeah, I owe you big time, Grampy. Want to play with us? We can play tag, hide and seek, or... Sorry, kid, but I don't got time to be playing around. Yes, you do. Old people always have lots of free time. I ain't taking this crap. They're cute, aren't they? Very much so. I'm glad he wasn't hurt. Seeing them reminds me of my little brother and sister. They're adorable. You're funny, Grampy. Can you play with us, pretty please? What the? Where'd you two come from? They've really taken a liking to him, haven't they? They're practically swarming him. Well, aren't you, Mr. Popular Grampy? You shut your mouth. Don't let him escape. We won't. What's going on out here? Are you kids causing trouble for other people again? Oh, a visitor. Wait, is that you, Van? What? Hang on a sec. Long time no see, Flona. Who would have thought our favorite little troublemaker would grow into such a fine young man? It makes me want to burst into tears. So Van grew up here? This john's been one big homecoming for you, hasn't it? No wonder you've been looking all sentimental this whole time. I have not been looking sentimental. I'm guessing he lived here until he became an adult. No, he left Horacion long before that. Someone from far away adopted him. If memory serves, that was about 14 years ago. I was just a supporting caregiver back then. Director Arkride was the one in charge. Arkride? So that's where your surname comes from. Yep, didn't feel like wasting time thinking up a name, so I just went with the first one that came to mind. Now that I think about it, he's never once talked about the people who took him in. Young Van was always the center of attention, and he always got along very well with children outside the orphanage. I see that part hasn't changed one bit. You have so many people working with you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you all for supporting him. Ah, trust me, he supports us much more than we do him. I don't exactly work with him, I'm just kind of along for the ride. Heh. Have you all had lunch yet? You're more than welcome to join us if you haven't. It's lovely of you to offer. But we've got something we gotta take care of. That's too bad. Perhaps next time, then. Oh, one more thing. You aren't having any trouble running the place, right? Any money woes? None whatsoever, thankfully. The cathedral is close. The people from the church do a lot to help us. We also receive a large donation from an anonymous benefactor every year. Ooh, that's nice. Is it from a charity organization or something? I'm not sure. They never reached out to us, so I don't know who they are. All we have are the sender headers on the digital receipts, which only say, from SPG. Wait, that's... Nice to hear there's still good people in the world. What a goody two-shoes. I don't get why he feels the need to hide it. How very him. You're leaving? Aw. Can't you stay a little longer? Sorry, kiddos. It ain't easy being an adult. A lot of responsibilities. You'll do me a favor. Play your little hearts out while you're still a kid, or you'll regret it later. Okay, I hope we can play with you sometime too. You'll come back, right, mister? Sure, at some point. I'll get out of your hair now. We'll be in the city for another few days, so we'll try and come back before we leave. That would be lovely. Please take care of yourselves. If we don't succeed, then we'll succeed. I know we will. So, anyone want to talk about that? Oh, well. So yeah, I don't know if it's going to trigger when I do the Bracer Guild event, so we're going to put a break here, and next time we'll be doing the jobs. Gotta earn that money for the orphanage somehow. And yes, I will make the reference that we're on a mission from God, apparently. Anyway, I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.